significantly, I know. But if you want to...
Can you please expound, that transition from the world of academia to the world of a judge of the High Court? And when you compare the two, I mean, did you realize your potential in terms of where you have come from?
Yes, thank you. That's a very good question. Actually, when I left the university, when I completed my first degree in 1974, had I not gone on to do postgraduate degrees and to join academic life, the next choice would have been the bench. That's what I would have been looking towards. Those were my choices. But I was extremely happy with academic work because it gives me an opportunity to understand better. I had not understood many things, but now I could understand more. I had an opportunity to do it. And also, the teaching experience. I had a lot of interactions with my students, and I enjoyed being with my students and hearing from them, because they can ask any naughty question. And when you look at that naughty question, you'll find that question to carry some very, very crucial things which you need to think about. And so I would say that my life in academia has really been good for me, because it has enabled me to think in very many dimensions. Now, I went on like that up to the very end. And towards the end, when by the time I became full professor in 1992, I was concerned about one thing. I wanted to deal with a certain focused area of study and also to give an inaugural lecture. That was like the flagship. I wanted to give it. In fact, no one would have moved me if I had not given my inaugural lecture. I wanted to give my professorial inaugural lecture. It is the clerk who is doing it. The clerk is even minding the course listing and all these kinds of things, looking at the diary, slotting in things there for you. That person, you may think is just a clerk. That's a very, very important person, because that file may spell life or death for somebody somewhere. And this clerk sometimes lives in a very strange place where he can be approached by anybody. And he can be asked even to cause a file to disappear. When I was doing criminal appeals, there were crooks out there who knew that judgments are guided by rationality. If there's no evidence and someone was convicted, I'm going to acquit. They know that. If some evidence is so weak that a conviction will not have been sustained, they know I will acquit on appeal. So what they do, they take the original record of the magistrate, the judgment which was given by the magistrate, they edit. And this one I dealt with because I was doing criminal appeals. There were files edited, those which were done a long time ago by my sister, Judge Lasit, when she was a magistrate. People went and copied her handwriting. There was our magistrate, Stella Muketi. She came and said, "This is not my handwriting." And there were many magistrates who came and said, "This is not my handwriting." People were reproducing their handwriting, so that when this file will come before us on appeal, we look at it, it does not show guilt, so we acquit, that sort of thing. But you must know money has changed hands somewhere. This is not being done for nothing. And you must know that these clerks, they're the people who could have been involved. Now, I can tell you, and you will find this as a fact, that they're so badly paid that it is not right for someone handling a file which involves even 600 million shillings is at stake there. And this file, there's someone handling it, this person is not being paid. Even cannot take a bus to go home. There's that danger. So let's look at these human weaknesses and let's deal with them. Be very comprehensive. That is a systemic corruption. It comes within the system itself. And when it's lodged in the registry, it's so difficult to stamp it out. Because the clerks, they know how to fiddle around. Files disappear, that sort of thing. And that has to be stopped. Discipline must be exercised, but there are terms. And secretaries. These are the systemic ones. So these are just a few examples, but they help to indicate that corruption is a big problem, and I think the JSC can help to deal with it by at least finding policy to solve the systemic ones, and also having clear rules of discipline for the individualized cases of corruption.